The following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
Maybe we can still heal you. Why? So you could just lock me up? No. Just bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ships. Because they knew death was better than bondage.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but blinding. The shadows betray you because they belong to me.
In the hell do you think you are?
Okay, it's not working out. I'm gonna need the suit back.
For how long?
Forever. Yeah, let's
No, please.
Let's have it.
You don't understand. This is all I have. I'm nothing without this suit.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it, okay?
So Oz, let me ask you, how important would you say the X-Men are in comic book history?
The X-Men? What up? Man, if it wasn't for, I feel like if it wasn't for the X-Men in comic book history, a lot of black comic nerds wouldn't have a proper outlet, for one. And for two, we can't forget, man, the X-Men kind of helped usher in the whole superhero movie franchise too. So I would say the X-Men in comic book history has been super influential.
And Veez, as a non-comic book reader growing up, how influential would you say X-Men has been for you, just as far as superheroes in general?
Yeah, X-Men probably was one of the first series I really, I guess I watched it as a cartoon too as a kid, but
oh yeah,
the movies really, I really took a liking to the movies.
Okay, which one would you say is your favorite? If I put you on the spot.
Oh man,
Doesn't have to be the best, just your favorite.
I'm thinking, man. I would have to say
that's a tough
maybe
one. Huh?
X-Men, maybe X-Men 2.
Okay, X-Men 2. I like that one. Oz, what would you say is your favorite X-Men movie?
Oh man. I would probably say X-Men First Class was probably right up there, and the one right after First Class.
Well, which one is your favorite?
Oh yeah, right. Put me on the spot again. Got to choose one. The second
Days of
X-Men,
Future Past.
Days of Future Past, indeed, sir.
All right, my favorite one is X2 as well. I'm with Veez 100%. That's my favorite one.
Can I ask you both why?
Veez, go ahead. Or if I will if you want. Okay, I will. I think X2 because the fight scenes in it are that's when they started, to me, superhero movies started kind of taking that next level with the fight scenes. And Hugh Jackman is the embodiment of Wolverine at this point. Like, and I think that movie, you know, given his background, we got a little adamantium battle. You know what I mean? With Lady Deathstrike. Nightcrawler was incredible. That White House scene might be the best fight scene in X-Men. Period.
Oh, that is a good president and all the Secret Service.
Yeah, and he's just disappearing and flipping people and taking people out. That might be the best fight scene in X-Men live action. Maybe.
Hey,
go ahead.
I want to take back my answer, by the way.
All right. But hold on. Before you give your answer, Veez, why do you like X2?
Oh, I like X2 for the same reasons you did. I like or I can't even say that, the history of Wolverine and the fight scenes and it's one of those movies I can just watch over and over again. In fact, me and my wife, we do watch it often.
Okay. And Oz, go ahead.
I take back my answer. I do not say that Days of Future Past is my favorite X-Men movie. I will say Old Man Logan is my favorite X-Men movie.
So are we including Old Man Logan as an X-Men movie?
Hey. The X in X-Men stands for the X chromosome and Xavier, and and Xavier and Wolverine with his X chromosomes were represented.
A very, very fair point. Touche, salesman.
Okay.
Well done.
Yeah.
So that was
Just
good.
saying.
But before we get too deep into the X-Men, because we are going to get very deep into the X-Men, allow me to set the table. This is Take a Knee for Marvel versus DC. I am your host, Regular Scott. These are my co-hosts. We got Ozzy Killmonger. Ozzy, say what's up.
What up, people? How you guys doing?
And we got welcoming back Veez. Veez, say what's up.
Hello, guys.
All right. So we're all here. We got the whole party. You know, the band's back together, full strength. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That means it's going to be a great show. I just got that feeling. You know, I got them little butterflies. You know what I mean? Okay. All right. Sorry. Just get a little excited. We're talking comics, man. How you can not get excited talking comics?
Oh. Let me tell you something. We're going to discuss my favorite all time, one of my favorites, I would say at least, all time superhero groups and family. So I'm happy, pretty content.
And I know Veez is a big fan of the X-Men, so.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into the news.
Yeah.
There will be a low-key live-action TV show on the Disney streaming service.
Oh, no.
Tom Hiddleston will reprise his role, and I'm assuming they're going to do like the Loki becomes the mayor or something storyline.
Loki becomes the mayor?
What is it? Doesn't he become like the president or the mayor or the senator in the comics? I can't remember which one he became.
Loki becomes like he becomes like the ruler of Asgard for a hot second.
Nah, he takes on like a regular person's form and like becomes like in charge of New York or something. I can't remember.
Okay, Loki, the mayor of New York. Okay, well, that's news to me. I'm gonna have to research that.
Oh, you should research it. Yeah, you should research it. I didn't read it for a reason, but I know it's out there. Hey, y'all, let us know if you can tell us what that title is, because I would love to actually take a gander at it.
Every vote counts. A vote for Loki is a vote for the wall.
The Disney live-action streaming service will also have a Rogue One prequel series about Cassian Andar. You remember which one that was?
No.
No clue.
No, Veez either.
Nope.
No, neither one.
Hey,
Cassian.
hey.
Cassian was the one that was with Rey, the main girl, that she was like hugging on when they died together.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So they're gonna do a prequel series, pretty much around.
Wait,
him.
who died? When Rey?
Everybody died at the end of Rogue One.
But was Ray in?
Hold on. No. Rey. It's not Rey. It's Jin, right?
Yeah, Jin.
I didn't think Rey died.
No, you're right. You're right, Veez. It's not Rey. It's Jin.
So let me just get something just so I can wrap it around in my head, because I'm not the smartest person. So eventually, Disney is going to do a storyline on every character from Star Wars, including the person who got beat up by Ewok on one day.
Oh, you talking about Steve Walker?
No, I'm
just playing.
Yeah, right. I'm just saying, man. Listen to me. Jar Jar Binks will get his live action coming up.
Here you
soon.
go, you and this Jar Jar thing. I'll tell you what, you sure do talk a lot about Jar Jar Binks for somebody who's a Star Trekkie.
No, the only reason I can, because every time it just reinforces why I am a Trekkie.
Fair enough. Veez, how do you feel about the Star Wars series?
Oh, I'm a huge fan.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Huge fan.
Cool. So we got a Star Wars fan and we got a Star Trek fan. Wow. I'm going to have to stay
I
in
don't
between
see
the
how
two.
I like Star Trek.
Wow.
Unless it's the new stuff. That old stuff was terrible.
Oh,
The old No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Let me explain to you very simply why I like Star Trek over Star Wars. For the simple fact, there are black people in the future, obviously, in Star Trek than in Star Wars. 2 black people, Lando
and Finn.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, there were 2 black people in the whole galaxy. Nah, man, I'm forever Star Trek, dude.
That's funny. But it was a long time ago. Times have changed. There is progress. I'm sure there are more than 2 now.
Well, yeah. Hey, Veez or regular Scott? Oh, yeah? Where?
Hey, look, but peep this, though. The problem is they're all mixed because, Finn's going to get with Rey, so they're going to have kids. They're going to come out. They're all going to be mixed.
Dude, don't we know that already? Don't we know?
Oh, man. Hey, you know what? I think I just thought of an episode idea for that. Nice little Star Trek versus Star Wars.
Hey, but last little bit. Quiet as kept, man. Princess Leia probably had something with Lando.
Probably not. Lando wasn't really that smooth like he should have been.
Oh, Billy D. Okay.
Oh man, yeah, Harvey Dent from the Batman movies.
Okay.
I just saw a Jason Todd pick from Titans, so obviously we're not going to get Tim Drake. We're getting Jason Todd in Titans.
Wow.
So I got to ask, this definitely is going to bring up the question of whether we're going to get death in the family. And is the Joker going to show up, and is the Joker going to kill Jason Todd?
In the whole DC Universe Titans series?
Yeah, right. In the Universe series.
Well, dude, I don't know if you and Veez have been keeping up. I haven't been keeping up with that show.
Well, no, I mean, you're the one who watches it. I haven't been keeping up. So, but I'm just saying, I'm curious to I wonder if we're gonna get the death of Jason Todd, and maybe that's is that how we get Nightwing out of Dick Grayson?
Well, look, dude. So all this stuff, man, they've been alluding to the whole episode. Each episode, they've been alluding to man, Dick Grayson has some serious beef with Bruce over something. And so it's funny that they're going to bring in Jason Todd in the mix of all this, dude.
And, you know, we had a conversation a couple of shows ago about whether I thought Batman was going to be on the show. And I think I was wrong. I mean, if they have Jason Todd, they have to introduce that storyline. So you got to have Batman.
Well, you know, but here it goes. You could do a little flashback of Jason of the Joker beating up Jason Todd, and then you have the whole little shadow of Batman, so you don't really have to introduce them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess you're right. But I feel like that's such a cop out. Like, I feel like if you're gonna do it, you need to have Batman driving up to the scene and, you know, the building exploding and all that, and him going through the rubble.
They did it.
I think for legal issues, I don't think they can have Batman, right?
No, I think you're right. That's where I'm kind of drawn at. Like, I wonder how they're going to go about this. Because, you know what? To be honest with you, I think it'd be okay if we don't get a Batman movie for a couple of years.
Oh, I fully agree.
You know?
But by the way, we've had the Batman digging through the rubble in the animated one, Under the Red Hood. Was it Under the Red Hood?
Yeah, Under the Red Hood, but this is live action. We've never had Batman lose a sidekick in live action.
Yeah.
You know, in any form of live action. Because he's had a Robin.
Well, I can tell you, I feel like they're easing the Robin character into Nightwing for Titans. I feel like before season 1 is done, the cliffhanger of it all is going to be him busting that into the Nightwing suit.
Ah, boy, I would tell you what. Oh man, I can't wait.
Hey, yo, and Regular Scott, you keep sleeping, dude. You need to watch that if you want to have if you want to have the littlest bit of respect for Robin. You should watch that.
I told you I'm gonna wait a little bit longer until there's more episodes.
Okay, because I tell you, I have gained a little bit more respect for Dick Grayson.
I don't know why you haven't. He's a top 10 comic book character of all time.
Yeah, 10. Right?
I will 10. Stand by. He is a top 10 comic book character of all time.
Of DC and Marvel?
Of DC and I might recant. Of DC, no question. No question. Without a doubt in my mind. Of both,
never.
Top 15.
What?
I mean, seriously, like, how iconic is Dick Grayson in the pantheon of comics?
Okay, so you said top 10, right?
Of DC, no question.
In the comic book realm, right?
Yeah, in the comic book realm. Yeah, definitely in the comic book realm.
I was gonna say in the live action, he's like.
Is he even mentioned? You know, I mean, you're right, Veez. He's not even brought up.
He's mentioned a couple, one movie, I think.
No, he's in two. He's in two, but like nobody brings him up. You know what I mean?
No.
Hey, he's a chump. He's a chump in the animated ones.
He's got a couple good ones.
Man, Damien goes, how you gonna let a 9-year-old beat you up, dude? Get you all cut and blood.
Your 9-year-old could beat you up if you had one.
Okay. See, now we're just being mean about stuff just because you like a DC character who is at the very least a top 13 character.
Top 15. I need those extra 2 spots just in case.
Dude.
The Avengers runtime is rumored to be 3 hours. I don't think that'll hold up. I think it'll go down to like 2:45.
No, but that maybe 3 hours with all the extra, like, you know, director's cut and all that stuff too.
Veez, do you think we need a 3-hour Avengers pretty much in movie?
I'm sure we do. If we can get a 3-hour if we can get a 3-hour WWE, we can get a 3-hour this movie.
Amen.
Fair. That's a very true point. Very valid.
Hey, so did you hear? I read somewhere that Iron Man, Tony Stark has to find the Soul Stone, the Soul Gem.
Well, apparently, if we're okay, obviously, spoilers ahead. I think that apparently the rumor is they're all going to be going through the quantum realm, which is and pretty much going through time, taking each stone and reenacting each big scene where the stone was taken, if that makes sense.
So who does he have to kill to get the Soul Stone?
That's where the last rumor I saw was he's going to end up killing Captain America because he truly loves Captain America. Steve Rogers.
Ooh, hey, how about this? How about this one? What if it's his parents?
How would he have to kill his parents though?
Instead of the Winter Soldier doing it, he does it.
Oh, that's a
Blow
bit...
my
or you know, it might be time for Tony Stark to go. I mean, he's caused a lot of problems in the MCU. So maybe somebody else is going to get the Soul Stone and Tony Stark is going to be the one to die.
Oh, wait up, son. Wait, we forget one more thing. Pepper.
He's not going to kill Pepper.
I don't think anyone dies.
Really? So you don't think at the end of all this, no one's going to die?
Oh yeah, I don't think anyone dies at the end of all of this.
Wow, that's a bold statement.
Thanos.
Oh yeah.
I think Captain America. Let me rephrase. I think Steve Rogers or Tony Stark, one of those two is going to die.
I just don't see how you kill any of them off.
I mean, it's the comic book world. You can always go back in time.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like you can always go back. But I do genuinely think one of those two is going to die.
So in another world of news, Oklahoma is beating Houston by 20 points.
Who? What'd you say?
The Thunder is beating the Rockets by 20 points right now.
Yeah, I'll be editing this out. Daredevil's first week was down 57% in the first week compared to season 2 viewership.
Are you serious?
Yep.
This season has been the best season I've watched so far.
Yeah, I agree. Man, I'm going to tell you what. There has been some really good scenes, man.
Talk about some spoiler alerts, man. Episode 4.
Hold on, stop. I haven't watched it because there's too much sports on TV right now, so I have not caught up on Daredevil, so I think I'm only on episode 2.
Oh, that's all good. I will not release any spoilers, but episode 4, man, was crazy. And then, man, bullseye. It's good. To me, it's good.
Yeah, the viewership thing, I think a big part of that is season 2 came off the heels of season 1, which came all off the heels of all brand new characters being introduced. Even season 2 introduced the Punisher, who went on to get his own show and pretty much set up everything for the Defenders. So it had all this built-in momentum behind it. And, a lot of people wanted to see what was going to happen in that first week because they're like, I don't want to see a spoiler. I got to see it. Now I think it's more like this is kind of a individual case. It's its own world now, and we don't have to really worry about it. You know what I mean?
Well, I can also tell you what I think, too. I think it's just like straight up Marvel fatigue.
It could be.
People are just...
And that could be very well true because they ordered us for a little while.
And Veez, they blew it with Iron Man, and then Iron Man and Luke Cage. I was talking to someone today.
Iron Fist.
Yeah, sorry, Iron Fist. My apologies, folks. Tired nerd. No, man, I was talking to someone today, and all they had to do was release a Power Man, Iron Fist series 12 episodes, season 1, and it would have been awesome. You could tell their stories, and they wouldn't have looked like chumps. You could have introduced a proper Misty Knight, you know.
I thought
Kali.
Misty Knight was introduced pretty well. She held her own well.
No, a proper that Misty
she
Knight.
was introduced in another series earlier than that too.
Yeah, but do a proper Misty Knight or cast a proper Iron Fist, because they have no chemistry, and Misty Knight and Iron Fist are supposed to be getting it on like they can't get along, you know.
Yeah, I mean that's true that. There's a lot of decisions I'm sure they would have redone, and I still stand by my argument that they only need like 10 episodes. They don't need the 13. Like I can point out like you could take off 10 minutes off each episode, which in turn is going to end up being like 2 episodes.
Yeah, they were just trying to mimic a regular format of TV when they should just do their own thing.
Yeah, so that's all I got for the news. You guys got anything you want to get off your chest? Any other scores you got for me, Veez?
Nope. I don't want to get edited again.
Oh, don't worry. I'm leaving all this in. I wouldn't dare edit out the score. I just kind of feel like it'd be dated. It's gonna be like 2 weeks behind.
Everyone's gonna remember the night Thunder beat the Rockets by 50.
By 50? Hey, well, you're getting a little sports talk here on Take a Knee, and if you wonder why we don't talk sports, it's because we say teams are going to get beat by 50.
Yeah, and I'm lost. So
hey, speaking of sports, Ozzy Killmonger, I hope you're ready for the battleground.
Oh yeah, man. Wait, the battleground? Oh, I live for the battle, man.
Okay, I'm just making. Go ahead.
The questions are so dumbed down that
Hey, so you need to hold it down for us, Ozzy. Like you repping the whole squad.
If B said the questions are that dumbed down, I will hold the dumbed down questions down.
Well, I had to change some questions from the one Veez got because they were too easy, so I had to upgrade them.
Why would you do that?
Well, he was getting them. My wife got them. Like I was like, yo, y'all shouldn't be getting these questions.
Wow, I think that's kind of like discrimination if you don't want me to have the same questions that Veez and your wife had.
Well, I think they were too easy. Like you shouldn't. Like if they're getting the black superhero questions and that's your category, I need to make that harder.
Well, look, it's typical racism. So you
Listen,
want?
I don't know how much.
My wife got like 5 of them right.
But I don't know how much harder you can make a black superhero question.
Oh, come on, Veez, you underestimate me.
It's not that many of us.
In the comic book world?
That's what I was going to say. In the action movie world.
I would just hit him with the comic history.
But
man.
Is Ozzy going to know the topics?
No, we can't tell him any of that until showtime.
Why?
Because that's the rules, dude.
Okay.
What do you mean? That's the rules. We follow the rules.
Dude,
you think you think Jay is abiding by the rules?
Hey,
Let me just say, 15 years ago, he was not abiding by rules, so I doubt anything's changed.
Oh, man. Hey, this is going to be great. I can't wait for the battleground. Little teaser for y'all out there. We got something special coming for y'all in 2019, by the way, from the Defy Life family. All right, let's get into our main topic, man. We've been spewing a whole bunch of nonsense. Let's talk some real stuff. Y'all ready for this? We're talking X-Men, okay? We were talking earlier about how important they are and what our favorite movies are and different things like that. So let's kind of stick with the movies a little bit. What movie would you say that the X-Men franchise has released that they need to delete off of their history? What movie do you say is the worst? Because I have 2 or 3 ready.
3.
You got 3? Oh, X-Men 3.
X-Men 3.
Yes,
done,
I agree. That's one of them. Veez, what about you?
Nah, I'm thinking.
I think Wolverine Origins is awful.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Wolverine Origins. That's the one where they're fighting on top of that big water tower at the end.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whatever it is. Yeah, that was terrible.
It was booty. Yep.
Yeah. No, that's I there had so much potential with that movie. Like the first 5 minutes are what you would call absolute perfection of an intro for Wolverine and Sabretooth.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was perfect.
I will say this: the 2 Deadpool movies were pretty dope to me.
Oh, absolutely.
What they got to do with X-Men though?
Hey, Deadpool's a mutant, homie.
Yeah, he's a mutant, but we're not talking about mutants. We're talking about X-Men. We're not talking about the X Factor.
And Deadpool 2, he fought alongside some of the X-Men.
He fought alongside Colossus and Negasonic Teenager.
Hey, Veez, let me hit regular Scott to something. Deadpool was also in X-Force, homie boy.
Yeah, I know. That's not X-Men, homie boy.
It is a derivative of the X-Men home skillet.
Hey, hold on. Didn't Deadpool have an X-Men uniform on in one of those movies?
Absolutely, son.
Yeah, but he didn't. I don't think he wore it.
Yeah, he wore it. Then he got mad at it.
Nah, he didn't wear it. He's always had his red. He's always worn his red in the movies.
He had something about the X-Men on his little outfit, though.
He might have had X-Force.
He's got an X.
Yeah, it's an X, but that's not X-Men. He's not an X-Men. All right, that's a minor thing. It's not important.
I'm not saying he's the next X-Men. I'm saying he's in that family, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he's a part of the family. I didn't say he wasn't, but he's not an X-Men.
I mean, he's fam, though.
He's fam. I mean, he's fam. Magneto's fam.
Fams. I would call him, yeah.
I mean, Magneto's family. Is Magneto an X-Men?
Wasn't he an X-Men at one? Well, I guess they weren't X-Men at that time when he was down.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Excuse me. Yes, you regular Scott. He was when Xavier left to hang out with his alien girlfriend. Magneto, when he turned good for a hot second, was the leader of the X-Men.
And how long did that last?
Well, it does not matter, but that is the truth,
I was just asking how long that lasts. Like,
oh, see, you messed up, dude. This is the wrong topic for you, homie.
Oh no, I'm good. I'm good. I got some stuff here. Don't worry, I'm ready. I came prepared for Killmonger.
But put your safety belt on, man, because I'm about to take you on a trip, dude. Okay.
All right. Well, let's talk about it then. Let's see where you at. What year did Stan Lee debut the X-Men?
Man, that's all right.
Oh no! Did I get him?
67?
63.
Dang, I was gonna say 63 too. Cool.
No, that was a good guess. That was good. Yeah, so Stan Lee debuted them boys and girls. 1963. The OG
Uncanny X-Men.
Yep. The OG team was Professor X, Cyclops, Iceman, Angel, Beast, and Marvel Girl. Veez, and Oz, don't say that. Veez, do you know who Marvel Girl was?
Of course I do.
Who was what's her real name?
Huh?
What's her real name?
Marvel Girl's real name.
Yeah.
Come on, Veez. Come on, Veez. You know this, Veez. Come on, Veez.
Nah.
Jean Grey.
Jean Grey. Dang.
See?
Jean Grey.
I knew it was. Yeah.
You knew Jean Grey was in the original ones. That's why I gave it to you.
Yeah. Well, I knew. I just couldn't figure her name off the top of my head, Jean Grey. But I call them. I don't call. I call them their character name. You know.
Yeah. No. She, that's what I would call her too. That was just her. name back in the day.
Code name.
Because, I like Archangel better than Angel as far as name goes, if I had to pick one.
Well,
Who?
go ahead.
I'm sure we're going to get to that.
What? Go ahead. We can jump around.
No. We can keep going.
All right. So that's the OG squad. I think one of the things that gets misconstrued is a lot of people think that Storm was an original X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And
It's true.
And to be honest, it's a fair way to think because as far as you can think, when they really got mainstream, Storm was right there, front and center. Always one of the most powerful, always second in command, if not the leader, because a lot of them have Cyclops, and then sometimes it's Storm. So
there are reasons for that too.
Well, I think Cyclops is a good leader.
But Storm kicked his butt for leadership though, and has repeatedly done that. Cyclops' ability, one of Cyclops' ability, by the way, besides his optic blast, is that he also is he's like a super master, like, tactician. And so, like, he not only knows how to control his optic blast, it also lets him see scenarios too. That's like, because every mutant has a second mutantary power, by the way.
Yeah. See, I that's something that I think they should have explored more in the movies.
Well, they really have been trying to, like, it gets all sciencey and all silliness for those guys, man. But aside from that, Storm is a natural leader too, man.
No, Storm does her thing. Storm, when she leads, she holds it down.
And arguably, I think that. Go ahead, Veez.
I was just thinking, I thought I knew a lot about X-Men, but I would have said Storm was one of the originals.
Nah, man. You know what? Do you guys know why Storm came into the picture?
No, why?
They needed a black character.
That is true. Like, in the face of, like, all of what was happening in the '60s, but so the original X-Men were doing their thing, and then they were lost on this. They were lost on this island. So Professor X got a new breed of mutants, which was the answer to diversity, because these new breed of mutants was like Thunderbolt, who was Native American, Storm, African goddess, controller of weather, Nightwing, Kirk, who was from Germany, and a Christian too, by the way.
Is it Nightwing or Nighthawk?
Sorry, dude, I need another beer. Nightcrawler. It's Nightcrawler.
But isn't there a Nighthawk as well?
Nighthawk is is Marvel, but Defenders though. Nighthawk was a ripoff of Batman from DC.
Okay, that's what I got.
But yeah, it was Nightcrawler. There's another person too. But yeah, they were the answer to that.
It sounds about right. Colossus is probably in there.
Oh, hey.
Jubilee.
Nope. Before Jubilee, it was Colossus from Russia, because they wanted to make it more international. Yeah, Jubilee didn't come until
probably the animated, right?
Well, yeah, and also before that. So Wolverine had 3 basic sidekicks, okay? And they put a little teaser in one of the X-Men movies too, by the way. His basic sidekicks, or little, like, kind of Robins to his Batman: Jubilee, Kitty Pryde, and the last one is Rogue. Yeah.
Didn't Jubilee come much later though?
Jubilee came. The order was Kitty Pryde, Jubilee, Rogue.
I'll tell you what, though, there's been a lot of X-Men.
Well, it's just mutants.
I mean, it is mutants, but I'm talking about, like, as far as, like a primary 7. You know what I'm saying? You obviously have the school that's full of mutants that you can swap in and out, but there's been a different iteration of X-Men. I mean, there's so many.
Well, yeah, and it's from the sign of the times, and also from the missions they had to do. Certain X-Men were really good at being like espionage, or whatever. But the core has always still been the core. So
Veez, let me ask you a question. Is it wrong that America in the movies kind of wanted to regulate a school full of people with powers that if they decided they got mad, they could do whatever they wanted, kind of like what Pyro did with the police officers in number 3?
See, that's when I was watching the X-Men movies, and I didn't equate it to that. Like, I guess I equated it to how they did the African Americans in the 60s and the 50s. That's how I looked at it, as the X-Men basically were African Americans.
And it's true. Yeah, that's true.
That's what mutants are.
No, that's true too. But I'm just asking, I'm playing devil's advocate as far as the mutants go in this particular case.
And I mean, if you had a relationship like they do with the good mutants that can battle the bad mutants, I think it's because if all the mutants got together, they would destroy all the humans, especially Earth and everything else.
Right? No, I agree. All right, that's true.
So I think you gotta have a strong relationship with them.
Well, it's got to go both ways though, because you do have. I mean, Oz has talked very, very critically of how Magneto is this tyrant, and he is, and he thinks that mutants are the best, but he thinks that with him as the leader.
I have never said he was I have never said he was a tyrant.
No. You didn't say the word tyrant. You just described him as a tyrant.
Yeah, because
you never said the word tyrant, but you described him as a tyrant.
Well, here it goes. Look, tyrant is a hard word to say because in the scheme of things, Professor X is Martin Luther King, and Magneto is Malcolm X, and Malcolm X isn't a tyrant.
No. Malcolm X is not.
That's a great comparison.
Oh, you didn't know that? That's who they were based off of.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's who they were based off of. Like the character creations, those were the molds they were taken out of. One is real peaceful, one is violent.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say they were based off of Malcolm X because I don't think that.
I think he took those two leaders as far as how they led.
Their approach, yeah.
And that's how he approached writing Professor X, and that's how he approached in a comic book over-exaggerated form.
I agree.
Writing of Malcolm X.
I agree, and so along those lines, we have to just remember, man. This is the painful truth of it all. Here's a real bad painful. And here it goes like this. At the end of the day, Professor X knows that mutants are like the next evolutionary chain. He just wants everybody to be integrated and kind of like be happy, where Magneto was just going, look, man, it's survival of the fittest. If you guys are fit, you can survive. And I think it's always misconstrued, dude. It's a matter of the Homo sapiens fighting the Neanderthals.
But would Magneto accept humans, though? I don't truly believe Magneto would accept humans as equals.
I would tell you this. No, he would never. He would have dinner with you, and he would hang out with you. But at the end of the day, he would feel like he would feel like it was South Africa, and he was a white South African.
Exactly. Hey, that's yeah. Yep. Exactly. I agree with that exactly. So let's shift gears a little bit. Let's have a little fun. Who is y'all's favorite X-Men? Your absolute favorite X-Men. I'll go first. Mine, without question, no doubt about it. is Dick Grayson.
Dick Grayson.
Dick Grayson is my favorite X-Men. His mutant ability of being able to swoon and charm any woman he wants.
I thought his mutant ability was the ability of DC to Marvel.
No. That's his second ability. He can jump back and forth. That's his second ability. But to be honest, this character is a lot like Dick Grayson.
God.
My favorite X-Men, no question, is Gambit.
Ooh. That's good.
Gambit is without question and always has been my favorite X-Men.
The Raging Cajun.
The Raging Cajun. Hey, he always had. I just think he's so smooth. Like,
hey, my favorite scene. I'm gonna geek out for a little bit. So Bishop came back to stop the mutant apocalypse that was going to happen, and he just assumed that Gambit had something to do with it, and he was the cause of it. And Bishop, we eventually learned that Bishop is kind of crazy. Okay, it's fine. We can say it. It's cool. He's wacko. He's wacko.
Kinda.
And maybe we can say all the energy that he can absorb, whatever. But so he's fighting. He's getting ready to fight Gambit, and Gambit has a piece of pie, and he charges it up, and he's about to throw it at Bishop, which made him explode. And Rogue is like, "You guys can't fight," and Gambit's like, "What? I just have this piece of pie." It's awesome. It is great. It is.
I'm telling you, man, that dude is smooth, bro. Like, get that man a deck of cards, you're in trouble.
He was never at his best. But when they first introduced him, when he was helping Storm out, and you learned about his back history, and his secondary power might be his charm.
Let's go into that. Elaborate a little bit. Why do you say that might be his charm?
Well, because whenever his powers activate, his eyes, I think it used to be his eyes would turn like red pupils and the irises. Red irises and the pupils were black. And whenever he charged up, that would happen. Whenever he was super charming someone, his eyes would turn that way too.
Oh yeah,
just back from the old comics, dude. And also, man, that cat dude, super reflexes. From the Thief Guild.
Louisiana, right?
Yeah, there was an Assassin Guild and a Thief Guild, and he was from the Thief Guild, and he by the way, he's out for self too, because he's shady too.
No, I mean he is. He's not a goodwill like Dick Grayson is, but he's kind of in that same mold. I would put him in the same category.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting, man.
Veez, who's your favorite? Veez.
And Veez is thinking. Man.
No, my mic was muted. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Cyclops or
Cyclops?
Wow.
Yeah, I like Cyclops.
Why Cyclops?
Mystique, but she's not. I love how he can just burn shit up.
So
what do you mean?
Why you don't like Pyro then?
I mean, I like. Cyclops has that swag. I'm going off of Cyclops from the movies, obviously.
Yeah.
He has that swag about him too,
They used to call Cyclops Slim because he used to be super skinny when he first came to the X-Men's mansion, to the School of Xavier's, and then he had to learn how to control his powers and stuff. They were theorizing that if he actually didn't have that traumatic head injury, if he could control his abilities, he would be like even mega powerful because his whole powers are based off the solar energy.
One of my favorite Cyclops scene from the movies is the first one where Mystique is transformed as Wolverine, and Cyclops walked in and he's like, "How do I know which one is the real one?" And the real one said, "You're a dick." And that's how Cyclops knew, and he blasted Mystique. That's probably my favorite Cyclops scene from movies. I don't know if that says a lot.
Hey, Cyclops has been through a lot too.
Mystique is a dope character too, though. But
Mystique's good.
Obviously, she's not an X-Men. She's, huh?
No, I said Mystique's good too.
She's a dope character.
Yeah, I agree with that. Oz, what about you?
Man, I thought earlier, because I always think about the X-Men and stuff. But so I thought that I was gonna say Gambit too, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then as I think about it, man, you know who my favorite character might be? I think one of my favorite characters might be Forge.
Forge?
I always just love that fact that the early '80s of when they introduced
Really?
Forge.
That's
80s,
kind of a random character.
The early to late '80s, mid '90s when they introduced Forge, and Forge had a love affair with Storm. Man, dude, this cat was a tinkerer. Literally anything he thought of, he could make.
You're gonna have to tell. I'm sure you're gonna have to tell our listeners about who Forge is to give us a little background on him.
Forge is a Native American. The interesting thing about Forge. Sorry for stuttering, but I get excited, and that happens. He is the Native American Tony Stark, minus the suit. He's missing. He's missing part of his leg up to his thigh from an accident that happened, and part of his arm. But literally, his mutant ability is that there's some shamanistic, shamanism things happening. But his mutant ability is literally he's a futurist. He can anything he thinks of, he can make. So the government for a long time was really using him to say like, hey, we'll give you billions of dollars if you can make these things that will like neutralize mutants' abilities. He was the one that was partially responsible for the collar that neutralized mutants' abilities, the ray that took away mutants' abilities. He made a gun that would permanently take away your ability, dude.
So he'll just in you.
And then he made a gun to bring it back. So think about it. Literally anything. Like if he said, man, I want to make a time machine, he would know how to make a time machine.
All right, so who's the better inventor, him or the toy maker?
There's no, the toy maker's nothing. Like Forge is like, his name literally means I can make anything. But that he's a minor character. I get it. He's a side noter. I like it. But also I would go down and I would say that we can't say Wolverine because that's too much, right? Right?
You can say whoever you want, but it'll just be cliche.
Yeah, this would be very cliche. So I personally, I like Forge, and there's another cat too. So they try to revive the New Mutants again, and they had this cat who they killed off, brother man, named Sync. And Sync's ability was, if he was right beside any other mutant, he could mimic their powers. But the longer, his day would flip with theirs, and eventually he could hold on to their powers. So if he was around 5 or 6 mutants, eventually he would have all those powers. Remember, like Hero, the show Heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead.
So how long would he be able to hold those powers?
Well, they had him he was a young mutant, so they had him be like, oh, I'm sorry, I touched you, and I it's sort of on some rogue stuff, and then you see him sinking with this it looked like kind of this rainbow butterfly kind of thing happening. But they theorized that cat could eventually mimic any power that he got a hold of.
Wow. Well, that's 2 characters you probably haven't heard of right there. Because I'm just saying. Veez, you heard either of those?
No, I didn't hear of either of those.
Yep, exactly.
In fact, I'm going to try to look them up if I can.
Hey, dude, look up Sync, man. It was really cool. And they killed him off.
Forge is the one. Forge is cool. That's a cool little one, man.
Before Black Panther and Storm, Forge and Storm had a crazy thing, and then Forge and Mystique had a thing, dude.
Yeah, the Forge one is cool. That's a cool one.
It's really his mutant ability was pretty cool.
All right, so I sent it out earlier. I asked both of you guys to come up with your 5-man or woman X-Men team. Okay. So these have to be people who have been in X-Men. And so no, that does not mean the entire mutant family is a part of this pick. Okay?
Well, hey, hold your horses there, Tiger.
Can I go first?
Yes, please.
Hey, hold on. And I wanted to make this a little fun. So we're going to pick one at a time. And whichever person you pick, somebody else can't pick that person.
Okay, hey, from the
well,
movie,
then I'm gonna lose because I can't.
From the movie,
you know more than you think you do, Veez. Yeah, movies and comics.
Cool.
Veez, you know more than you think you do. All right, Veez, you go first.
Wait, one second. And Veez, and the animated too.
Yeah, and the animated too.
All right, I'm going Nightcrawler first.
Wow,
yeah.
Nice. Go ahead, Oz.
I'm gonna go Rogue.
Oh well, I'm going with my boy. Oh, actually, y'all crazy. I'm going with Professor X.
Okay,
that's cool. I see your Professor X, and I raise you Jean Grey.
Okay.
Dang. Oh man, this is getting tight. Okay. Well then, Veez, I'm gonna take Cyclops.
I'll take Beast. Oh, it's not on me.
It's not on you. It's my go. Well, look, let me go ahead and get Magneto too.
Oh, okay. Hold on, I gotta focus.
So look, I have 2 mega level mutants right now off top.
That's cool, but
hold
I'm
on.
taking
All right,
your powers from you.
Veez, go ahead. Veez, go ahead.
My guy is going to be Beast.
Oz.
Nathan. Oh God.
You gonna
Nathan
pick somebody you don't even know his name?
Nathan Summers, who is the clone of basically the clone of Cable.
And who was your first pick?
My first one?
Yeah.
I got Cyclops, Rogue, and Nathan Summers.
All right. My next pick is Cable.
God. Wait. Cable was never an X-Men.
Okay, fine. I'll take Bishop.
Damn.
Oh, man. All right. Who you got, V?
Does someone have Storm already?
Nope.
I'll take Storm.
Damn.
That's a good pick.
Hey, hold on, man. Seriously, I'm gonna need a second here. I will take Iceman.
That's a very underrated pick.
Yeah, and actually, he's up there with one of my favorite characters. So that cat is a Omni level mutant.
Yeah, no, that's right. I mean, I got to go Wolverine.
That was gonna be my next pick.
I gotta pick Wolverine. Like, this dude is what are we at? The 13th pick? He's the 12th pick in the draft? This is crazy.
Well, I think everybody's trying to be generous, man, but I gotta pull some out of my.
Are we? Because I'm not.
No, you got a killer team, dude. Your team is ruthless.
All right, Veez, who you got? Who's your 5th?
Juggernaut wasn't an X-Men, right?
Nah, he's bad, dude.
Hey, look, that would have been a good pick, though.
Oh, but hey, thank you, Veez.
You did make me think of something too. I hope Oz don't pick him.
Just waiting. I'm just waiting. Go ahead,
you got
Veez.
Because y'all got advantage. Because all I can think of is the movie guys.
But there's a lot of movie people though. You're forgetting a big one, Veez, that you would probably like.
Apocalypse isn't one.
Nope.
No, I'm just saying I know.
Oh, you got you could still do like there's Quicksilver.
Oh God.
Oh my gosh, what am I doing?
I'll take Quicksilver then, since you're gonna give it to me.
All right, you got Quicksilver. All right, go ahead, Oz. I know who my 5th is.
I would like to just submit. Oh no, I gotta remember.
I know who my 5th is. I got it.
Oh, Emma Frost.
Oh, that's a good one. All right.
I'm gonna get my telepath in there.
My fifth is Scarlet Witch?
No, she was never a mutant. She was never X-Men.
So Quicksilver was an X-Men, but not Scarlet Witch?
Actually, let me help you out. Neither one were. They were only Avengers. They were never X-Men.
No. Oh well. No. Quicksilver was an X-Men in the movies. So Quicksilver's still good.
Yes, true.
Quicksilver
That's
was
true,
an
quite
X-Men
true.
in the movies. So he's
very,
good. All right.
very good.
So Scarlet Witch is out then.
Yep.
Okay, Scarlet Witch is out. Then I'm going to have to take.
You get a killer team, dude.
Yeah, that kind of threw a monkey wrench in me, though. I'm going to have to go with. I need a little bit of muscle, so I'm going to go with Colossus.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's good. That's good on the muscle tip. I dig it.
I need somebody who can just brawl. You know, I got my telepath. I got, pretty much my energy, man. I got Wolverine, who is probably going to take 4 of them to take out. So.
Man, please, man. Emma Frost is going to put that cat to sleep, dude.
Dude, I'm not going to let Professor X wouldn't let Emma Frost get near him.
Professor X is out because Rogue just touched him.
Rogue wouldn't get near him.
Jean Grey is going to take all of them out.
I know. She's like, dude, yeah.
No, Jean would be a problem. We would have to, but here's where I think Oz would have an advantage on you, Veez, because he has Scott Summers.
And Scott Summers got the Phoenix Force too.
Yeah. That's the only thing that could probably match you.
Does he have a telepath?
He has the Phoenix Force in the comics for a little bit.
So it makes him like omnipowerful.
Yeah.
Right, but is he a telepath?
Yep.
Can he?
Yeah, he'll be a telepath.
Oh, okay.
And they also have a connection. So if anybody can make them like lower their guard, it would be each other.
So they're going to cancel each other out.
Hey,
and then Storm's going to fly in and shoot old boy down with a lightning bolt.
Well, no. While those two are going at it, I'll have somebody go and kill them. While they're, reminiscing and having a great time talking about the good life.
Please, dude.
That's where Bishop comes in. I need somebody who can absorb a lot of energy.
Once again, Emma Frost just goes out and takes out Bishop straight up the bat.
Yo, Emma Frost isn't doing all this. Like, she's not. She's not.
So why are y'all sleeping on Beast? He's gonna outthink all of you guys.
Dude.
Yeah, Beast is not doing anything.
Man, I have a feeling Beast is gonna get barbecued, man.
Hey,
and by the way,
Beast ain't doing nothing. But Storm and Jean Grey is a problem.
No, Iceman has frozen molecules in the air, dude.
Okay, so here, what is Iceman going to do with Veez's Nightcrawler? And Quicksilver.
Please, dude, man. They don't stand a chance, dude. I'm sorry.
What do you mean they don't stand a chance? You don't have one level 5 mutant on your squad.
Dude, I
have 2.
He has 2.
Iceman is considered an Omega leveled mutant.
Okay, you got 1.
And then I have Scott Summers' Phoenix Force. I got 2.
Listen.
And then I
hold on. If you're gonna give Scott Summers the Phoenix Force, that means I get to give Colossus the Phoenix Force.
Okay.
If Colossus has the Phoenix Force, all 3 of them cancel each other out, and I have Professor X.
Colossus never got the Phoenix Force. He only got the Juggernaut gem.
No, he got the Phoenix Force in X-Men versus the Avengers, because 5 of them got it.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
All right, well, I'm just saying. So those 3 cancel each other out, and then I got Professor X. That's ball game.
Man, Professor X is like the... Okay.
He'll freeze time.
Yeah, the garbage.
He'll freeze time. What do you mean? And then Wolverine will walk to each one of them, poke them, and keep it moving.
He can't break Diamond.
He'll freeze her before she turns.
Okay, moving on. Dreamer. Dream on.
Hey, y'all let us know which lineup you like best. We got Veez's lineup is Storm, Beast, Nightcrawler, Jean Grey, and Quicksilver. Ozzy Killmonger has got Cyclops, Nathan Summers, Rogue,
Dang.
Iceman, and Emma Frost. And your boy Regular Scott has Bishop, Professor X, Magneto, Wolverine, and Phoenix Force Colossus.
All the lunatics.
So y'all let us know who has the best lineup at Need for Marvel vs. DC. You can find us on Twitter. That is at Need for Marvel vs. DC, the number 4. All right. So
Hey, and one more thing. Nathan Summers is an Omega level too. Holla at your boy.
yeah, but Nathan Summers' Omega level is probably equal to like I can sick Bishop on him.
You can't because he's
No, I can. What do you mean? I absolutely can.
He's Cable. Do you not remember there's a classic story where Nathan Summers was transported to basically our universe, right? Or the X-Men universe, I should say, and to the X-Men universe into the present. And he's in shock. And he's not purposely controlling his power. He froze everything in time for like 4 city blocks. Like literally there was a bird frozen in the air. He froze all that, and the Cable had to come down and be like to the blacksmith and be like, "Fix this." He literally froze time without trying. Imagine this cat with the ability in trying.
So let me ask you, what's the name of the mutant that anytime you go near him, you lose your powers?
Leech.
That's Mutant X.
And Leech.
Leech.
Yeah.
Was he an X-Men?
You know, he was an X-Men Academy.
I might end up having to put him on the squad.
Okay, well, if you're going to do that...
You can't go back.
I know.
You guys already drafted. You already picked your team.
All right. No, I'm good with my squad.
Veez, in that case, Regular Scott, I'm going to take Kid Apocalypse then.
All right. Yeah. No. We're going to leave our teams.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll leave
Moving
our teams.
on.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with Kid Apocalypse and all them boys. Like when it comes to like the sons and the kids of these people, that's those people are. That's when you start going into Omega level everybody.
Yeah.
You know, so we're not dealing with that. So now we're going to talk a little bit about. I put a poll up on Twitter a few weeks ago asking which one of the graphic novels y'all wanted us to talk about, and Old Man Logan won. This won't be a long review or anything, so let's just talk about it since we're already on the X-Men. Oz, give me your best 1-minute summary of Old Man Logan. Ready? Go.
Yep. Old Man Logan is basically the story of Wolverine aged out, hurt out, trying to protect his mentor, Professor X, and also the person who's responsible for decimating the rest of his mutant family.
Let's not forget about a blind Hawkeye who's also traveling with him.
Dude. Let me. I'm sorry. I thought you meant Old Man Logan the movie. I apologize.
No. Old Man Logan the comic, the classic comic book. Do we need? You want to restart this minute?
Yeah, give me another minute.
All right, here we go. Hey, look, this is live, baby. We don't do no edits.
Okay.
We keeping this in. So let's do another minute.
Good.
All right, here we go. Your minute starts now.
Rewind. Old Man Logan is a story of man in an alternate timeline and universe. The bad guys got together, wised up, and decided to wreak havoc on all the superheroes, and they did a good job. So, how they got to the X-Men, they knew they couldn't take them all out because they're too powerful. So they got Wolverine to take him out, and they knew Wolverine would take himself out. Wolverine's out of the game for 50 years. The family tries to live a very quiet life, can't do it. He's got payments to do, and it's a story of revenge. And you got your boys in there. You got Old Man Hawkeye, and you do see a glimpse of some of the mutants, and you get to see what happens when the bad guys win.
That is time, and that is the summary from your boy Ozzy Killmonger. That was very well done.
Thank you. Slow clap.
Old Man Logan to me is
awesome.
One of the top 5, actually top 3 X-Men stories of all time.
Agreed.
The only ones that I'm thinking of that to me compete are Days of Future Past and House of M. I'm very high on House of M.
Days of Future Past was pretty good too.
Yeah. But Old Man Logan I was going through it today. I've actually got the graphic novel right in front of me. I marked a couple pages that I wanted to look at while we were on the show. And one of the ones that I enjoyed was, well, I didn't enjoy it, but it's a powerful image of Red Skull. And he's walking over to Captain America, and Captain America's in rubble, and he's, saying, we were a problem for y'all when we worked by ourselves. So now all I needed to do was just get us all on the same page, and look at what we did. And Captain America's just on the ground crying because he's like,
crying.
It's over. Like, we can't do anything.
Well, they lost.
They lost. And Red Skull became president, and they took over. And I mean, you really see what happens when the heroes fall. Nobody wants to rise up. Like, that's how you get new heroes, is what this story is saying, is by the real heroes standing up.
Agreed.
It's a really well done story. Veez, what did you think of the live action adaptation of Old Man Logan?
I didn't watch it.
You haven't seen Logan?
No.
Oh,
what?
Logan's great, man. I'm surprised you haven't seen Logan.
Yeah, I am too, actually.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't seen Logan. Logan's really good.
That's right up your alley.
Yeah, that is a movie up your alley.
Did it come out like 2-3 years ago, right?
No, like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Like a year. Yeah.
You slept on that one, dude.
Yeah, that's a bucket life. That's a bucket list one. You got to check that one out.
Yeah, man, and the comic is just like phenomenal.
Oh,
man.
the comic's even better.
I've been reading Old Man Hawkeye.
And they're coming out with the Old Man Quill.
Old Man Quill.
Old Man Quill.
Why?
I guess. Well, I think one of the Guardians of the Galaxy is about to die in the comics, so I guess they're gonna do a nice little flash forward. Maybe Quill.
Okay.
Maybe Quill kills him.
Wow, that's interesting. Okay.
Some other really good X-Men comic stories. Like I said, House of M, Days of Future Past, X-Men versus the Avengers is a really good one. That's the one where Scott Summers, Colossus, I can't remember who else gets the Phoenix Force. And the Avengers and X-Men go at it. And you see T'Challa and Storm as a couple fighting each other, standing their ground, standing with their team, married, And I'm pretty sure that storyline was the end of their marriage in that incarnation. So a lot of big things come out of this. Some big characters die as well. Age of Apocalypse is another comic story that's really good. The Phoenix Saga, you've heard us all mention it. That's why Veez picked Jean Grey, the Phoenix Force. That's the most powerful entity in the universe.
One of them.
I'm gonna say it is.
It's not the most powerful one. She does hold a candle to like Galactus and that kind of thing.
Fair enough. Good point.
Yeah.
Oz, you got any other real good X-Men stories I might be missing?
Man. I was just kind of like rehashing this one. So there's a little small one that has, and it's going to relate to my favorite X-Men villain too, Cassandra Nova. Cassandra Nova, if you don't know who she is, it's kind of like this weird, like, she's supposed to be allegedly the twin of Professor X.
What?
Oh, here. Okay, so Veez and Scott, I'm about to hurt y'all with some craziness. So there's a storyline that Professor X had a twin, and in the womb, the twin. It's Professor X sensed how evil that twin was and used his mutant abilities to basically destroy that twin. The twin came out stillborn, and the essence of the twin's mutant powers kind of went into into limbo until it could form a body. And all the while, it was still picking up human traits and stuff until it formed Cassandra Nova, who was basically a female version of Professor X, bald but evil. But the only problem with Cassandra Nova is she hates Professor X, and she thinks that the whole entire world and universe is all an illusion in both their minds.
Wow.
And one more quick thing about her too. I'll tell you why she's a good villain and a good storyline. So Genosha is the mutant continent that was like all mutants are allowed to be free. Magneto liberated it. They've been living there, thriving and everything. 14 plus million mutants. Cassandra Nova got a hold of some Sentinels and went to that island and killed 14 million mutants.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
By the way, the Sentinel storyline is really good too.
Yeah. She's an amazing villain.
Veez, who is this is one of the ones I had you get ready for. Who is your favorite villain?
Oh man, you did say something about that. My favorite villain. I guess this has to be Magneto.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
What makes you pick Magneto over like Mystique?
What movie was that? Oh, I like Mystique too, but
I know
Magneto kind of Mystique everything to do though.
Yep.
Yeah, true that.
So, God, I'm trying to think of the movie. It was the X-Men Last Stand.
Yeah.
Was that where Magneto was at the end of the movie? He was controlling all this metal and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or do you mean the one where he moved the stadium? You talking about the one where he moved the stadium around the president? Is that the one you're referring to?
The football field stadium?
Yeah.
That might be the scene.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not the scene. Is it? It might have been.
Because was it an old Magneto or a young Magneto?
Old Magneto.
Oh, okay. So that was a different one. So that was probably 3.
What was the scene at X-Men's Last Stand? X-Men's Last Stand.
That scene was where Magneto was throwing cars and Pyro was setting the car on fire.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
That's one of my favorite scenes.
X-Men Last Stand.
Awesome.
That was sick.
That was a good way of them. I will say this. The one thing X-Men Last Stand had going for it, besides some really stupid decisions, killing Scott Summers, killing Professor X, taking away Magneto's powers. I mean, I can just go a list.
Yeah.
They had some really cool moments like that. Like the team-ups they did, like the Cannonball, like the one Veez just mentioned. Those are some really cool comic book team-ups. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Cool. I'll give it that. My favorite villain is probably Mr. Sinister.
Oh, he's awesome.
He's probably my favorite villain. He's not the best. He's not the most well-known. But during the cartoons, the cartoon version of him and that run and how he just kind of was torturing Scott Summers, that like he's probably my favorite villain. Like I enjoyed watching him. And he shape-shifted and all of that good stuff. He's good. I was hoping we were going to get him in live action. We had the little cameo from him at the end of the last X-Men movie, but we got nothing.
Well, he was hot for a second, and then like his villainy just kind of people were like, okay,
but they just made him a joke. Like they didn't keep him relevant like they did everybody else. And the same thing with like Omega Red. That's another character I really like.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't even know who that is, but he's one of Wolverine's greatest rivals. And when he gets put on the shows, like he gets no love.
Well, I know, but at one point, man, they're just like, man, Wolverine, everyone hates him. You know?
Yeah, everybody just wants to kill Wolverine just to kill him.
Yeah, it turned into like this big crazy joke, you know?
All the characters I like always tend to get the short end of the stick.
Dick Grayson.
That might end up being the title of this show. X-Men. No, Dick Grayson, the X-Men.
Yeah, the Lost X-Men.
Hey, that might be the title of this show. Veez, you got any closing statements on the X-Men? That was a heck of a convo we just had, fellas.
I don't have anything. I just enjoy it. I enjoy the movies. I can honestly say I never read a comic.
Man,
I will personally change that.
I can honestly say I never read a comic book ever.
That's not true. You read it? No, that's not true. He read an issue of Black.
Oh, that is true. I did read Black.
Yep.
So Black was the first comic book I've ever read.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Though.
Yeah, I brought him Black, and he read Black. Oz, he liked it too. He said it was a bit much, but he said he liked it.
That's
awesome. It was. Well, the one I read started me in like the middle of what was going on. So,
yeah, I gave him number 2. I couldn't find number 1.
Well, that's on some mutant shit too.
It pretty much stuff. Is the X-Men. You know?
Yeah, no joke.
Oz, you got any final words about the X-Men?
Man, X-Men are like, I've been reading comics since I was 6. X-Men has always been one of my faves, like all of them. X-Factor, New Mutants, X-Force, and, you know, another awesome villain was Apocalypse too.
Yeah, thank you. Very good. I'm glad you.
And I think there's one called The Rise of Apocalypse, whatever. It tells his story being a young cat. That's a great storyline too.
Oh, hey, no, thank you. Let me know. I'm sure I've missed. I'm sure there's a couple other I've missed. A couple other really good X-Men stories that aren't coming to my mind. But you know, just piggybacking off of what they're saying, the thing about the X-Men and why everybody likes them and can relate to them is there's a character for everyone.
Well, yeah.
You know, there's somebody that has your same personality, you know, or just has a personality you like or has a power you like. There is an X-Men for you. There's a reason for you to pick up an X-Men comic. You know, and that's one thing they've always done really well.
No, yeah, and also like they've tried to represent like people, you know,
all kinds of people.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, Oz, but Storm would be the first leader of a major group in comics. Is that correct?
Oh, you know, that's so good. Awesome. Yeah, that's a good point, Yeah.
So, I mean, Stan Lee's always he's always seemed like his work is ahead of the curve.
Well, you know, I think for the very most part, he's tried.
Or he's,
you know,
that's a good way of putting it. He's tried. It's a good way of putting
it. And guess what? Trying is everything.
Hey, let's put it this way. If we didn't have Stan Lee, we would not be where we are as far as comics and our stories.
Yeah, thank you, man. You know, thank you, man, Stan.
Yeah, thank you, Stan Lee. All right, so that's our conversation on the X-Men. That was a loaded show, fellas.
Yeah.
That was a loaded show. Final blow. Go ahead. No, go ahead, Veez.
I was just saying, I got to jump off.
Okay, well, the final blow time. Veez, go ahead, give your final blow, and then you can jump off.
God bless. Good night.
All right. That was Veez. Veez, we'll see him next. We'll talk to him next week. Oz, give us your final blow.
Hey, man. Pick up old man Logan. Keep watching Titans. And vote next time.
Vote next time, dude. This is gonna come out like 3 weeks after the election.
Oh, right. So here it goes. Everybody, keep voting. Stay woke. Stay woke.
Stay woke. My final blow is, you know, we could have talked for another 30, 45 minutes about the X-Men.
Easily.
You know, that's a topic we'll definitely be hitting again. And there's a lot of stories that we could individually like really dive into, and it's very parallel to kind of real world stuff. You know, I know it's a comic, but a lot of what the X-Men is kind of what goes on the real world, you know.
It's life, man.
It's
yeah,
life,
it's good.
you know, and I enjoy that. It's a really good conversation. Oz is going to represent us in the battleground, and he's going to hold it down.
Yes, sir.
Or at least you better. Yo,
Yeah,
just look. Just look. Do not come in last.
I will do my best to represent, as I always do.
I don't care if you win. Just don't come in last.
I will not be a Dick Grayson about this.
Dick Grayson wouldn't come in last.
Yes, he would be like last.
No, he'd be like third.
Well, yeah, he wouldn't show up. He wouldn't even show up for the event. You know?
So since Veez is off the line, we can actually talk, if you don't mind, real quick about Daredevil.
Oh yeah, man.
So I know this might be a little longer final blow than y'all are used to. So, but man, I got to tell you, I absolutely love what they're doing with Bullseye.
He is crazy, dude.
Like, he's amazing. Spoilers, by the way. He is amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I just and what they're doing with the fight scenes too, man. That episode 4 and the final episode.
I haven't seen that one yet. I haven't seen that. I'm on episode 10. No, episode 11. I'm on episode 11. I got 2 more.
I won't say a word. It is nuts, dude.
I got 2 more. Hey, look, but the ones I've seen, I saw the one in the church and the one at the bulletin.
Jeez.
And I one of the things I wondered was how they were going to do the ricochet. You know, him being able to throw anything he grabs and making it bounce off of any surface.
Right.
And they've done a really good job of making it believable and realistic, like the way things are bouncing off. You see him looking at the angle.
Yeah,
he's going to throw it before he throws it. Like, one of my favorite scenes in The Office or in the bulletin is Daredevil's in one of the cubicles. And he's got his back turned and he's listening. And you see Bullseye not looking at him, but I guess he can hear him. And he's like, all right. Kind of looks over, grabs something, takes one look, and just bounces it real quick and pops him. Grabs something else, bounces it real quick and pops him. And he's just like picking them apart. And I love the way Daredevil, like when they get hand to hand and close, Daredevil's wiping the floor with him. Like he's eating and destroying him. But if there is any space and he can grab anything, he's lighting Daredevil up. And that's what's giving him the advantage. Like, he's wearing him down.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
And is it fair to say Kingpin is making a case for the best villain ever? As far as Marvel goes.
Well, Netflix, Marvel has done Daredevil right, dude. They've done him right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Kingsman been a genius. And let me just say this. The last person I ever thought could steal the show in Daredevil stole the show with her Kingpin scene, and that's Karen Page.
Oh, no, she's rad, dude.
When she went in there and was talking smack to that dude and told him about her killing his best friend.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I was like, you ain't got it. You're not built like that. And boy, was I wrong, and she was built like that. Like, she went hard, man. She went hard. And she stood strong until she got home.
You're right. Right.
All right, well, that's the show. Actually, I guess that's the final blow.
That's the final blow, and I'm tell you, regular Scott, watch Titans, dude. Get yourself a little bit of self-respect for Dick Grayson.
Give me a few more weeks. At least let me get this Jason Todd under the episode under there, and I'll probably end up checking it out. I'm sure I'll be getting it real soon. Arrow's still been good, so I'm looking forward to that. But you guys can now check us out at iTunes, Spreaker, Defy Life website, Stitcher, Radio Public. We're all there. So check us out at any of those. You can follow us at Knee for Marvel vs. DC. We are taking Knee for Marvel vs. DC. Oz, tell everyone we'll talk to them next time.
Peace, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Hey, we will talk to y'all next time. Y'all have a good time because we're going to have a good time until we talk to y'all next time. Peace.